Hello guys, this is Parosh again, but first I'd like to wish you all Happy New Year. And today I'm going to show you how to create a photo gallery using external images, and my project will be similar to this one. You see, in my project I have two buttons, and when I click buttons it makes photo changes, and all these photos are importing externally because I have a folder called images 2, and inside this images 2 I have multiple photos. Okay, and all these photos are showing in this project when I click next and previous button, and I'm gonna show you how to make this project. Okay, let's start it. I'm using Flash Professional Creative Cloud. You can use CS3 and above versions, but most important thing, you must select ActionScript 3. So I'm gonna select ActionScript 3. Yeah, my default stage dimension is 550 and 400. I'd like to change my width with 700 and keep height exactly the same, because all the images I have is 700 pixel width and 400 pixel height. Okay, so but first I have to create two buttons. Okay, so just select rectangle tool, draw a rectangle and select it with selection tool, and select pre-transform tool, rotate it. Okay, select half of the rectangle and delete. Okay, and select rest again and change width and height. I'd like to change width with 35 and height 45. 35, 45, 55 height and width 30. I think this will do for me. Okay, but first I have to make this to convert a symbol. Select selection tool, select button, right click on the button, convert to a symbol, and name this button next button, and type keep same button, and resident point center. Press OK, and now you see I have a button on my library. Next button. If I delete this one, I can still have that button dragging on my stage. Okay, and I'd like to have some animation on this button. Okay, double click, go inside this button, insert keyframe, change the color. I'd like to give linear gradient and change black to dark ash, and this one this. Okay, and I'd like to change gradient transformation. Okay, select gradient transform tool and drag it like this way. Okay, then insert another keyframe, change gradient color here, this one and this one will do for me. Okay, my button has been created. If I test it now, it will be Hyper can make this movie slow. Okay, Okay, if I keep my mouse on it, change color, when I click, it's changing color. So it's done. But first I have to save this project. Okay, file, save. I would like to save it on desktop. Here I have a folder called animation, and I would like to save it here because all my images are inside this folder. So I'd like to save it here, name it external images. You can name anything you want to, but in my case I'd like to keep it external images. Press save. Okay, and you see I have a folder on desktop, and here I have my FLA, external images, and here I have a folder called images, and inside these images I have 5 images. Okay, 5 images dot, all these images are JPEG. Okay, go back to Flash, but I have to create another button. This looks like next button, so I have to create a previous button. Copy this one, copy, paste in place, go modify, transform, flip horizontally, and you see now I have 2 buttons, and I would like to position this button. I think it's okay for me. Okay, but I have to give these 2 buttons an instant name to listen to my event listener. So I'll select first one, and in properties panel you see here instant name. So I have to give an instant name of this button. I'd like to name it next button, next BTN, and then select another one and type prev BTN. Okay, my buttons are done, and now I have to put some code to make this project run. But first I'd like to change this layer name. Double click and name this layer BU buttons and lock this layer, and then insert another new layer. Click here, new layer, rename this layer. I'll rename this action. You can type anything you'd like to, code, action script, action, anything, and then lock this layer 2 and select first frame of this layer and go Windows, action, and it shows me action panel. Here I have to type all the code. Okay, first I have to type stop, opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis, semicolon. Okay, now I'll make a variable, and that variable will be URL loader, URL request, which will locate this images and all these images. Okay, so go back to action panel, type var request colon URL request, and you see code hint shows me this URL request equal to new URL request, opening parenthesis, double quote, and here I have to type my folder name. My folder name is IMAGES, and then slash double quote plus, and then plus double quote dot JPEG, closing double quote and closing parenthesis, semicolon. That means images slash, that means I have my images inside image, this images, and inside and these JPEGs. I have not defined how many JPEGs I have. Okay, so if I type here 1 and then if I type a loader, if I import a loader, type var loader colon loader equal to new loader, and if I ask my loader to load, loader dot load, and this request and then I have to type add child loader, 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 semicolon. Save this project and then test it. Test. You see, it's showing me my image, okay, but it's showing me my first image 1.jpg. If I change 1 to 2 and then test this movie, it will show me number 2 image, okay, and this is what you have to make with these 2 buttons. Okay, change these images 1 2 3 4 5, okay, but you must have noticed that when I test this, my buttons are gone because my buttons are behind this loader. Okay, so I have to make my buttons visible. All I have to do is to just change here add child at, and after loader type 0. If I save it now, control test it, you see my buttons are visible now. Okay, I think I should make my button a little bit down here. Okay, no problem. Unlock buttons layer, just put them a little bit. Okay, if I test it now, control test, yeah, I think it's okay now for the sake of this tutorial. Okay, but now I have to make my button change images from my image folder. Okay, but first let's keep it 1 here, save it, and I showed you how to create switch statement in EventListener, but today I'm gonna use event.target. So just type add event listener opening parenthesis, type mouse event dot, it will listen to click and a function name change images, and make the function type function change images event mouse event closing parenthesis curly brace closing curly brace, and here I have to type if E, that means event, this event, E dot target equal to double equal, I don't know what to say I just say double equal next button closing parentheses opening curly brace, enter. Okay, and then copy this and paste it below and change next button to pre-button. But first I have to create two variables for my first image and my last image. So type var current image colon, it will be integer variable, so integer equal to 1, and then var total images, it is same integer equal to, I have 5 images, so I have to type 5. Okay, and change this 1 to copy this current image and paste it here, save it, and if I test it now, nothing will happen, but it will show the first image as is used to showed. Okay, it's okay now. Now inside this I have to type another if else statement. If my current image less than total images, copy, paste, closing parentheses, opening curly brace, enter, and here copy this line and paste it for previous button, and here I have to change this to if current image greater than 1, and now I have to type here if current image less than total image, that means when current image is less than total image, that means less than 4, 3, then my current image will increase plus plus then semicolon, and for previous button current image will decrease, change plus plus to minus minus, but it will not work because I have to, every time when I click next and previous button, I have to reload this loader. First I have to remove this loader and then reload it again. So I'll create a custom function here, USTOM function of reload loader, type function reload images, opening closing parentheses, colon, void, and here just copy this and paste inside this custom function and delete this loader because I have already loaded it. And then, but first I have to remove this loader. So just simple, very simple, type remove child loader. Okay, and then I have to execute this function when I click next and previous button. So copy this reload image function for execution and paste it here, paste, let's comment it. This is reload loader and for previous button paste it similarly, save it, and if I test it now it should work. Okay, control test, yeah, it's changing, but here when it comes number 5 image it's not changing, and for previous button, yeah, it's changing. Okay, but when it is number 1 image, it's not changing. So I have to make slight changes here. If current image less than total image, reload image current image plus plus, and then else current image, copy this current image will be 1, and for this here type else current image will be equal total images. Save it and test it again, control test. You see it's working and working fine, yeah. But sometimes it's stopping. You see, when it comes image 1 it stops, and when it comes image 5 it stops. So just make a slight change here. Type current image replacing of 2, save it and test it again. It's showing number 2 image, and when I click, yeah, it's working fine. What happened now? Press 2. No, it's not working. Okay. If I cut this and put it here, when I press the button, now see what happens. Save it, test it. You see, now it's working fine. Okay, it's not stopping anywhere. Okay, just I change this custom function executing. When I click just next button, that it's reloading, and when I click previous button, it's reloading, not else and if else statement. Okay, it's out of if and else statement. It's working fine. Every time when I press next button, this reload function executes and remove my loader. Okay, and the interesting thing is I have 5 images, and if I put another images, I mean you can put 100 images too if you like to, just check it. Okay, so my project is saved here, animation, and here I have a folder images, and inside this I have 5 images. If I bring some other images from my this folder, select all these images, okay, copy them. Hypercam is making me trouble. It's keeping my computer slow, I think. Okay, copy these images and put it inside this images. You see, now I have 11 images. Okay, all I have to do is to just change this total images 5 to 11, and if I save it now and then test it, control test, you know, it's working fine and showing me all the rest images. You see, it's working fine. You can put as many images as you like to, and this is the most dynamic photo gallery, I think. Just few lines of code and you have this wonderful photo gallery. I think you have learned something today. Hope you like it. If you like it, please subscribe me. So, good night and wonderful Happy New Year as well.